Hey lovelies, here we are back again in Tertia with a new island, and a new world, and a new mod pack, and a new everything. As we saw in the last episode, it was getting laggy and weird things were happening, visual artifacts and all sorts of problems. So I started completely from scratch, collected my own mods, mostly stuff that was already used in Tertia, and started a new world, got it all working, and started rebuilding. Same concept, same everything, same places, people already here, gonna be here again. Gonna break it up vertically before we break it up horizontally. I figure that'll help me measure out the spaces a little bit better. Really what happened last time, I think, was a combination of all the mods and monster, and then the micro blocks, and the fact that I made the building so small that micro blocks were necessary. Everything was gonna have to get torn down anyway, so I figured a fresh start would probably do well. A lot of work was done on screen to build that. A lot of work was done on screen to rebuild everything else. As you can see, the floors in the rooms don't match up with the exterior, and that's okay, because I made them tall enough between floors that you could get 2 levels in. So I wouldn't have to deal with having to micro-block a ceiling to try to get some headspace, because that really is what did me in, was overuse of micro-blocks. In that case, don't look at my monster build, but whatever. Not build, but the play over there. Ah! Plantation is amazing. Anyway, a lot of off-screen work to get this put together. I will spare you most of it, because you saw me do it once already. When I don't have what I'm currently doing to talk about. Rewired the elevators. This is now 1710. I don't remember what monster was, but it was a 1710. That caused interesting things to happen with computer craft and RedNet, specifically that they no longer work together. We'll get a look at those elevators here in a minute. But for now, see, I've kind of marked in where the floor levels are. Connected some of the rooms through the walls, the supports are still there. So some rooms will be stacked vertically, and some are just going to run across. It's whatever I had to do to make the floor match up inside with outside. But it does make for some interesting wall designs happening inside. So that's all broken down. I found out that there were 24 rooms in the original Tertia, both assigned and not. So, I had to rebuild it with this. Alright, so, got the top. Same thing. It's gonna be fun to fill in a park there. Alright. Now, I said I was gonna look at the elevators. We're gonna have to do that. Pop over here because new stairs going in. I couldn't go in a straight line out. The landscape just did not allow. Alright, so, now we're using bundled cables, and that is a converter for it. It is a specific mod that does nothing but convert that to communicate with the bundled cables. The colors are the same as with using the RedNet, and so the computer craft works really well for it. I also have to give props to the maker of this, because when I re-downloaded it, they had asked if you're using the converter. Extra peripherals, that's what it is. Ha! Asking if you were doing that, and it would download a different code based on what you're using. I couldn't make heads or tails of it, so I'm really glad that they've done it. It's become quite easy. You just paste bit get and then go. So I got them all wired in, which was a bit of a stunt because I totally wired them in with the RedNet and everything set up before I bothered testing them. And the way a RedNet connects, I had to rip out all of the things and put them back in, and it was so annoying. But, Bibliocraft, newer version, better signs. We've got the same building, well, same apartments, tenants in each place. I just have to actually build them. Eventually. I get tired of walking around. I did give myself more room for the blue shift. It actually has 3 So it gets to pop over on this side, only for the bottom half. Something else will be above it. And it also goes in over here, and that will also have something above it. In fact, I think all three are going to have something above it. But that one's going to be a big one. Still trying to figure these out. What's up? And we'll have to go and do a whole lot of off-screen to actually fill these places in. I'll try to keep true to the spirit of each place, but no guarantees. But let's go look at that. And bam. There we go. That was quite a few hours of off-screen work to get this to happen. Yay, hooray. We'll go make a walkthrough, because I know I did fly-throughs of each of them as I finished, so we'll just take our sweet time and do a walkthrough of what we have now. Yay, hooray. So, got the same going on here, floor tile pattern. We are using Sortex now. I don't know why I switched, but I did. That's my reasoning. So, still using the same stuff, the quarried stone and the frostbound brick. Endermen are doing things. The wiring still goes down the middle for everything. I've put a little mail office in here, and something else is going to go in there. I don't know yet. It's completely empty as of yet. These stay. These wonderful... Well, now we actually have two of them. Alright, same flooring. As you can see, we have carpenter's blocks. So now we actually have proper ramps. That's to be done later. It's at least marked off. Also to be done later. Things are only... Like I said, what you've seen me build is all I've built. There are still all the empty rooms and the list of people that wanted to be in. This is a place that was micro-blocked all to pieces trying to do a stairless place. We have integrated Mr. Crayfish and DecoCraft, so we're going to have some real fun with different styles of interiors, but still keeping with going with the light blue stained clay walls here that they had, and the tables. Same kinds of couches. The couches have to stay. And the writing center, and a teeny little computer nook with a great view. I love it. Teeny little bedroom. Still redwood root ceilings, because I like those. And a bathroom that is no longer micro-blocked to pieces. Yes, that's still micro-blocked, but I can't do anything about it. And I'm okay with that. I've got these. They are actually light sources, which makes me happy. And the bedroom. Got the storage instead of... Well, still got lockers. I was gonna say instead of lockers where it walked around and down, but no. So, that's this first home. And down the ramps. And the way this kind of matches up for stairs going up, the rooms actually go up higher faster. Seriously contemplating doing a little mezzanine, kind of sneaking under this, some stairs going down and having like a cafe. But that is to come. Oh, that's undone. Huh. Alright. This was the first one I built. Can definitely tell the similarities hanging on. Still doing the same kind of couches and cabinets, although it kind of snakes off this way. Has a teeny little powder room and a full bathroom. I like the DecoCraft. It actually works because I'm silly. It all works. Oh yes, I'm silly. I don't care. I love it. It makes me happy. Got the writing desk with another great view. I did run around this world and created many worlds to make sure that I was on another island. Yes, the other one was a complete island, so tried to keep the same here. So next, the loaf. What's going on here? Why have I not marked this off? Oh, I haven't marked it off because this is the bedrooms for that place. Wow, I'm special. I built it and I don't even know how it works. No magic crops. I don't know why I got rid of magic crops, but there's no magic crops. There is instead Pam's Harvest Craft. There also are not barrels. There is extra storage for crates to have all the ingredients and things you can need. These are all still wired, so they actually have power, which makes me happy. So we've still got the cakes and the different types of breads and cookies, and we actually have quite a few more because Harvestcraft. I love it for its food options. It's a wonderful thing. But it does make the loaf a little bit smaller rather than being 2 floor, which I'm okay with. Alright, and that's to be done. Also to be done. Also to be done. Alright. This one is nothing like what it was before. Something about this space, I had the most awful time trying to get stuff to fit, so it split levels into a teeny little powder room here. Entry locker, got the upstairs with fridge and storage, pantry, nice view kitchen, love it. I did keep the same sandy stone lanterns and the same wall fixins and the same floor covering, even though everything else is pretty much different. This was the one that ended up with some interesting tricks trying to get the Bibliocraft tables to place. They don't actually place on the carpet, they place on full blocks. So I had to do a little bit of finagling both in the V1 build and here, so such is life. But still have a much larger reading nook here, and the tiny little bedroom, and a tiny little reading nook with a very comfy chair, a very cramped little bathroom. We do not believe in big bathrooms in this building, and some art, some easels, lamps that actually work. Love it. So this one was a bit of a departure, but most of the finish and colors, and I think the doorway is much the same. Alright, not done. Not done yet. Not done yet. Not done yet. Oh, the community garden. Remember how small the community garden was? Kind of crammed into a little corner? Yeah, here it is now. We are making use of Harvestcraft and all of its goodies. I did manage to get a tree to grow. I tried to get more to grow, but they're not cooperating. Nice little DecoCraft bridges. Not cooperating. And it's a nice open... Well, it's still got the raw concrete walls, and actually it's going to have a room above it. Look at that. Is it going to have one over here? Possibly. Maybe a second floor of that. I don't know. We'll see as it gets built. Huh. Alright, and the blue shift, which I didn't put the name back up, but I'll probably have to do that. Maybe over there. Alright, blue shift. Also probably going to do a departure. Got roulette right as you come in. Got the Project Red lamps. I'm a fan. All kinds of color. We're just going with the purple-blue thing. Yeah. Got the blackjack section here. And lots more places to sit, which is kind of nice. It can be a place for fun or just for hanging out. These are still set up for trading for things used in-house. The no-bid blackjack is still here, which I'm not going to play because I'm rubbish at it, so we're just going to continue on. And this is working. This one I had to do a lot of finagling. Oh my gosh. The initial design by our person here, I will link this again in the comments for their original build. It's built using Computercraft and Red Power, so it's using the buffers and the pneumatic tubes, which is good, but I don't have it and it's not imported for it, obviously. So it becomes an unholy mess back here. The wiring is Project Red. Initially it was Red Power, but that ended up not helping. And it's a lot of Obsidian transport pipe picks up stuff coming in, gold pipes get it going. This makes sure only bids go through, and otherwise it just spits it out the end, which actually it won't. It's going to throw it somewhere, so I have to fix that. And these are for all the lights. This is actually an illusion block, so you can't see in the guts. This section is for the sound making, because we know the note blocks make different noises, whether they're on rock or glass or that, so that makes the noise as it decides whether you win. Replacing the buffers became using gates, and I'll target gates. This one just checks to see if something passes by for part of the code, and this will pull it out and send it, and it gets split and tell which way it's going, and the winnings come out there. I'm still trying to figure out how to make them just not shoot somewhere, because one time I did. I did try it, and yeah, it said I won. I heard the dinging of me having won, but it didn't spit out any cash. I came back here and there were gears all over the place. Like, oh. So I have to figure that out, and I honestly... It's supposed to win a quarter of the time, but I haven't won a single stinking bid. It is not fast. But it works. See? That's a win noise. Nothing's coming out. These are conveyor belts, so it should spit the stuff out, but I think because the pipe leads straight into the conveyor belt back here, it does. But I don't have a lot of room. I tried to fence it off with some bundled cable here, which is actually cross-connected it, and that's a bad thing to try to do. I don't know. If anybody's got any suggestions on how to make this work, I might just do like I did on the original and use one of the, shoot. It's a bibliograph case. Not those. These. Literally a case that just stays open. The pipe connects straight into it, and it can input straight into it. I might have to go back to that rather than the conveyor belt. So, we'll see. If anybody has any better suggestions, I don't have MFR. I tried to figure out what things could interface with pipes, and honestly, it's not a lot. So, that's the fun with the blue shift, which is still very much a work in progress on getting everything to work. Let's see, what's next? The butcher, that I still didn't know what I was going to call it. Don't have as many jerky options, because jerky was a Tinker's Construct, and that's not in here anymore. However, I have lots of different types of meat, and still have the walk-in fridge, which is now full of crates of delicious knobs. Now we've got all the spices. You know, the secret recipe, all the herbs and spices. So that's the butcher that still needs a name. Somebody help me with a name. The modeler's nook has returned. Do the trains despawn? I put a train in here and now it's gone. Did it like fall off the tracks and despawn? So we got DecoCraft little trains. And I had to rebuild this train because I really like it. And we've got the supplies of micro blocks and little toy trains. These are actually blending thanks to the carpenter safes. I don't know how to demonstrate that, but it's a safe that looks like itself, and then you can slap any block on it and it looks like that. I love it. It's still got multiple lights even though it's got only one sun. We'll go with that. Alright, then we got Serenar's place where the floor is still pink under the dining area. The couches are still the lovely purple, and the kitchen is nice and great view if you don't have a fear of heights. These actually, the freezer tanks. I honestly don't know how these work. I'm seriously using them as props only. I do know that you can repair tools in this using soapy water, and it's a dishwasher. We'll go with it, but I'm not sure about the freezer. I imagine it makes ice cream. So we've got home storage. I'm just gonna flail all over the place, I'm not sorry. A nice comfy little reading nook again. It's comfy. Still doing the wainscoting for the 2-level. Nice little computer room and a cactus for some reason. And the master, which has a nice little seating area and a police call box. So that. Some potted plants, some purple lamps. Love it. So that's a redo of Serenar's place. With some picturing. I do kind of miss the mariculture storage bookshelves. I realize that they have, if you do a creative bookshelf that's automatically filled, it has random done books, and I haven't sat down and read them, and probably have to. So there's something to do. Check out those. That's to be done. Oh, this is the upper level. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to do. Alright. Tony T's Tiger Mart! Yes! Could not do all the shelves because I legit had too much much between harvestcraft and forestry. Yeah, extra trees from forestry. It was not going to happen, and if I made it happen, I was going to regret my life. So, juice rack, grab and go of salads, nanners and mushrooms. Animal tiger, because it's Tiger Mart. Deliveries go here. Another thing, I lamented the loss of Tinkers because drawbridges were gone, but now we can actually close this without having to put up the things. That's because there's a mod, Loopy's Ladders. It literally has a bridge builder like this and a hanging ladder thing. Oh, come on. There we go. It actually works from both sides. I did wire. So you can actually close the store from outside or in. So that's the impromptu key to the place. We'll just say it's an actual key. I realized I could use a computer and password it, but I just now thought of that. Honestly. Alright, and junkyard spice. I spelled it right. There are not shiny ingots here. I'm sorry. But I still kept the kind of sandy stone and the light colored flooring. And I did get some ingot styling going on for decor, because I know you didn't want paintings. So I did get some, but there's really not a lot that are in here. Same kind of seating. Still keeping with the copper lockers, because that's how it was before. Nice little storage nook here. Little workroom, computer, all the supplies. And, oh, did I just... Yes, I did! Teeny little loo, because it happens. It even has a pull-string toilet. And a nice bedroom. And an Enderman trophy. I would hit it, but the open blocks Enderman trophies will teleport you randomly, and the last thing I need to do is end up outside the building. So, there's that one. Oh, the aquarium. Oh my gosh, the aquarium. So, in the upgrade to 1.7, they fixed the quote-unquote bug that caused water to be invisible behind ice. And I realized that after I built, and I'm like, why does that look so horrible? It turns out that you can see the flowing water behind the glass now, so that wasn't going to work anymore. So I figured I'd put in a squid tank, which, I tried to put a squid spawner in. They don't spawn above a certain height. When you're this high up in a tower, they're not going to spawn. So I tried to do command blocks, but it's not implemented to test entities and all kinds of complications. So literally I just stuck some squids in there and named them. And hopefully they won't manage to kill themselves in a place that has no air anywhere. But we are still keeping the fish thing in the same style. We've got our river here. This is freshwater. Pretty sure it's all freshwater. Trout and carp, frogs, some crawfish. This is our saltwater tank. They're shy. Very shy. Oh, there they are. So we've got eels and that. This one's not actually using flowing water. Underneath that dirt illusion block there is a vacuum hopper under the floor, and it goes and feeds those. So, we've got our saltwater guys, freshwater guys, and we've got some DecoCraft, smaller ones, smaller aquariums. So, I'm still kind of bummed about the aquarium, but it's a little bit bigger now, which is still pretty cool. And it still has the same general animation to it, which is lovely. Alright, so this one I just now finished because I went from top to bottom. Alright, wanted pool table. So we got the pool table. There's actually TVs and dartboards and DecoCrafts, so we'll rock out the entertainment on that. And using Loopies again, we've made a door because I can't get a door on the stairs. For a teeny little room here. And a kitchen that has no crafting table. I need to rectify that. I really need to rectify that. There's one. This one I really like if the stars align properly. There we go. Because it actually looks like cabinets. But I have no way of rotating it, so I kind of like that now. And an understair reading nook and everything. I like these little, like, use of every bit of space ever. Oh, the views. Love the views. Alright. That one I tried to keep with the inadvertent orange design that happened. Here is gonna be something. I don't know what yet. To be determined. We'll sort it out later. Yeah, the park. We've got condensation issues up there. I think we'll let it keep. It's like a terrarium. Got some birdhouses. The blackberry bushes from the tool. The chisel leaves are absolutely lovely. I'm sure you saw those out the top before. It's got some nice overhanging shrubs, as well as keeping people from falling off like ninnies. Because, let's face it, people are really good at that. I have no idea what mod makes these show up when they are over water. Or the dirt blocks are underwater. I don't know. I'm not gonna knock it. Hiding behind this, and under a piece of glass, is the solar panel for the whole building. It does actually have access to the sky. And underneath that corner over there is all the converters. So that remains. Sakura. I do have a foliage mod that makes the leaves drop in eternal autumn and kind of poofs out the trees. Let's see. DecoCraft is great for parks. For everything you can see. Baths and everything. Still sticking with the Silver Bell random flowers. I think that's a maple. Yeah, maple. Teeny little playground. Which was actually kind of fun, because I almost laid the slide this way, so you just slide off the side. Which is really a horrible design on my part, but you know. Raspberry bushes. Nice little open place where you can probably get some football in. I mean, this isn't exactly ideal for it, but, you know. Oh, hey, what's up, the willow tree crew? So the willow trees are magnificent and large. This is a white willow from forestry. And it's truly a magnificent thing, but it likes to just wilt and die away if you happen to punch any leaves on it. So I hope I haven't made the whole thing decide to go bald after this. But it also doesn't respond to bone meal, so I have to plant it, see what happens, and see. I see you trying to decay. So this is V2 of Tertia Tower. I still need to continue building on, well, everything that's not filled in. I still have a list written somewhere. I would rustle my papers now if I could reach them, of people that have commented for businesses to build and homes that want to be had. I'm still taking more. I mean, even if you don't fit in Tertia, there's going to be more buildings that are going to happen, so that's a thing. I'm still so excited by this thing. It's so silly. Me, not the elevator. The elevator works, and that's amazing. I'm just silly. So, there's that. So, after much work, I have it up and running. I have made sure that most of the mods on here are released for people to use in mod packs. I think there's one or two I'm waiting for permission for, and then I'll see if I can't get it as an unlisted pack. But until next time, when I, you know, actually build something on screen, I'll take it easy.